Hello, just going to give you a quick video about the pre-earnings performance indicator for TradeStation. But first, just wanted to put the legal information up here, and please, pause this and read it if you'd like. It's important. Just want you to know that we're basically just making the indicators. We're not giving any kind of advice to buy or sell anything, and any decisions you make, you are fully responsible for. We're not responsible for any trading or investing decisions you make. That's your responsibility. And just to get going here, the pre-earnings performance ShowMe technique, it works for both RadarScreen and Chart Analysis, and it shows what a stock has done in the days leading up to the earnings announcement. And the user can select the period of days that you want to look at before each quarterly earnings announcement to see if the stock has a repeatable behavior that you can take advantage of. To maybe it's a trading opportunity for you, if based on the rules that you have. And just to let you know, this indicator uses the earnings per share posting date as a proxy for the earnings announcement date. So just to begin with, have just a workspace pulled up here with RadarScreen and a chart. It just has the Dow stocks just as a group of stocks to look at. Obviously, you can look at any stocks you want. I recommend look at a lot of them because you want to find some that have a move maybe that you can take advantage of. So we'll just install the indicator here. So I'm going to come over here, and it's a ShowMe. Right now, let's see, version 2 is the one we want, and we'll put that down at the end. Okay. And what you want to do is you want to come over and put some history in here. But first, let me just explain this, the number of prior earnings reports. This is the number of reports we want to look at. So this is set for 5, so basically 5 years worth of earnings reports in each quarter. About 10 days before the earnings are announced up to 1 day before the earnings are announced. This is the period of days we're looking at to see if there's a move. The move threshold, this is set default to 75%. That means if 75% of the time over the past 5 earnings reports for each quarter, if they're positive, we're going to be notified. They'll be highlighted on the screen. And of those moves, say we have 4 out of 5, so that would be 80%. That would break our threshold. Of those 4 moves, the average move, we set a threshold of 5%. So we want to see if there's at least a 5% move when it moves up. And you can obviously set these to any values that you want. And right now, this is set to show the up moves. You can set this to false to find any down moves before earnings. So, and we wanted to come over here, put some days in. I usually put about 10 years worth of history in. So we can see it starts to fill in our table here. And while we're doing that, then we can come down to our chart. Let's insert, same thing, version 2, okay, and these are the defaults. Obviously you want to have the same inputs here on your chart as you have in RadarScreen, so that you're looking at the data you're looking at is the same, as synced up, and we do since we haven't changed any of the defaults. So we just want to say okay here, and I just want to make sure that I'm looking at the same amount of data here. So let me see settings, yeah, 2500 bars back. And again, this is daily data, set to daily, and set to daily. This indicator only works for daily data. So we come down here, let's see, okay, RadarScreen. You can kind of see whatever the current quarter is going to be kind of highlighted here with a little lighter shade of gray, just to kind of give you a visual clue of which quarter we're currently in. This video is being shot on September 2nd, so you can see we're in the 3rd quarter. And remember, we had a 75% threshold for up moves, and so we can see like a Boeing here, 80% of the time for the past 5 years in the 3rd quarter it had an up move, so it breaks our threshold of 75%, so it's highlighted in green. And again, this is green for the current quarter. You can see prior quarters where it broke the threshold is just highlighted with a yellow font. And you remember we said when there's an up move, we want the up moves to at least be 5% so that they'd be highlighted. So you can see, like when we have Bank of America, it only went up 3 out of 5, 60% of the time, but when it did, those 3 moves had at least a 5% move. So that's why this is green. So what I like to do is usually find the ones that, both of these are green to kind of give me a high percentage chance it's going up and then a significant move. So let's see, let's look at Cisco here. So you can see Cisco in the third quarter for the past 5 years, 4 out of 5 went up, so we have 80%, so it broke our threshold, so it's green background with a yellow font. And then of those 4 moves, the average of those 4 up moves was greater than 5%, 5.51%. So again, it's highlighted with a yellow font with a green background. So let's see, so we can see everything. Let me change this, just turn on the background dragging. So pull this down a little bit. So you can see this is the third quarter, the most recent third quarter report. The beginning day marked with a B of our 10-day period that we were looking at before earnings is marked with a B, so we're going to use this opening price, opening price right here to the closing price on our ending day marked with an E. So from that beginning price to this closing price there was a 2.09% move up. It's up, it's a green font just to let you know it's an up move. And this little 3 just tells us it was in the third quarter. And the little plus sign here is showing us the day that the earnings report was posted, for TradeStation. So that's what we're using as our proxy for the earnings announcement. The earnings announcement, I think, was right about here. So, that's basically what you're going to see on the chart. Each quarter is going to have this information, shows you the begin and ending days, the quarter number, and the move percentage, and we'll also show you when the earnings were posted. So you can just kind of go back in time, the second quarter report, first quarter report, here's a fourth quarter report, here's another third quarter report, nice move there, 8% move. So you can kind of get an idea. As we go back in time, you can just see how these different moves it's just kind of detailed out for you on the chart. So you can get an idea. Sometimes it's good just to look at those, visually, kind of gives you some things, some ideas to look at when you see it on the chart versus radar screen. So let me put this back to the original. So that's basically it. You can see how the chart analysis kind of denotes the days that are used to come up with these calculations. And just to show you, if you want to look at down moves, you can change this and put here, change up to false, say OK, and then it'll start rebuilding the chart. And you'll notice again, since it's third quarter, we have our light gray background just to give you the indication of what quarter we're currently in. And since it's down moves, the numbers are in red, and if there's one that breaks our threshold, it's going to be with a red background and with a yellow font still. And let's see, so we had a few that have some significant moves, but doesn't look like anything broke our move threshold of 75%. Well, okay, here's one. What do we have? Merck. 100% of the time it went down and going into the third quarter, but the average move was just about 2%. So maybe that's something you'd want to look at, maybe not. Whatever is significant to you, you can change these threshold settings to find what you want. And like I said, this is just the Dow stocks. I'd encourage you to pull up the S&P 500, put them in there, or the S&P 100, whatever group of stocks you want to look at, just to help you to see if you can find anything that's interesting to you. So thanks for watching this, and if you have any questions or suggestions, please send me an email. Back on the charts at the start of the video had my email address and also our web page. So again, if you have any ideas, send them to me, and thanks for watching.